What's up, gang? Welcome back to Jedi Jive. We are doing our Andor reaction series, and joining us as always is Jenny.
Hey guys.
Episodes 1 and 2 were great. If you want to go see our commentary, go check out the previous reactions. We were commenting on the last episode how there's definitely a slow start, slow pace, slow rolling beginning here, so we haven't really done anything enormously exciting yet. We're kind of just getting started, but there are a few storylines that have now been initiated. And there's plenty for us to do. I'm curious to see what happens. We have the Imperial guy who's doing the investigation, who's in over his head a little bit. It seems like he really wants to do the right thing for the Empire, but he's clearly not prepared.
Or just to climb the corporate ladder.
Yeah. And then there's Cassian's ex-Flame character, who's kind of, doing shady shit with Cassian behind her boyfriend's back, and the boyfriend turned Cassian in, or, at least gave the information to the Empire to have them be on his tail now. So there's that storyline. Stellan Skarsgård is the contact that she said that he's going to sell this part 2. We've seen this scene previewed online. They have a trailer of this. Presumably is going to be in this episode now. Stellan Skarsgård and Cassian are going to meet each other and have that scene. Yep. And he's essentially recruiting him into the rebellion. And like we're saying, these 3 episodes in general seem like a very sort of slow rolling start to kind of just kick things off. Yeah. And you could have, like I said, we could have easily had a 1 hour, 1 episode. Those first 2 episodes could have easily been just one really long episode. That's essentially what that was. So yeah. I'm kind of almost treating this 3rd episode in my mind like the 2nd episode.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So anyway, let's not talk too much. Let's just keep rolling along with it, and let's get right into it.
Let's do it.
See you on the other end of it.
So we're back on Kenari.
He's climbing into the Imperial ship. Oh, it's a blow dart.
It's a blow
That's
gun.
What it is. Yeah. Oh, he's never seen his own reflection.
Yeah. Well, you'd think he would have in, like, water. So he's trying to get off-world in a hurry.
Where are you going?
It's better you don't know. I'll be back. I'll find a way.
Not staying at the hotel, are you?
Not tonight.
Smart choice. It's the ultimate Ferrix gouge.
He carries the walking stick like it's a katana almost.
Yeah,
is it a katana?
Right. Maybe it doubles as one.
Where is he?
Isla, Building 9.
That is a really cool ship.
Minimal, no detectable gas toxicity.
This is the flashback.
There. Are we satisfied?
Yep. Okay, I was supposed to say it looks newer. The droid looks newer.
And she looks a lot younger.
Maybe we should quit while we're ahead.
Are you listening? It's safe, whatever it was.
¡Quédate! ¡Ale callo! ¡Ale caso!
He doesn't understand you.
Republic frigate
Never seen a
approaching.
droid. Now we're back in present day. A few time jumps here.
North team, stand by.
It is a katana. That's a badass weapon. So it's like a lightsaber in that it retracts, but
it's just actual blade.
Yeah. So he knows who her contact is, because he recognized him. Right? Alright, so this is that scene that they gave us a preview.
We're trying to help you.
¡Ale callo!
Where's the Republic ship?
Orbiting now.
Go kill him. Get me the drowser.
No.
Oh, she's gonna tranquilize him.
So this is not only how she becomes his mother, but how he gets separated from his sister. well-intentioned.
I just realized we haven't
but...
seen a single stormtrooper
True.
this whole show. So.
We have a warrant for Cassian Andor.
Well, it's because these guys are the stand-in for that. These are the corporate,
Yeah,
corporate goons instead of the Imperial
That's just
stormtroopers.
like they're not wearing armor and.
No, but they're serving the same function in the story, even though they're like corporate goons rather than soldiers.
Check the shelves. Pull that down.
So they're in her house. They're looking at his bedroom.
Be ashamed of yourself.
You can stop this anytime you want by telling us where to find it. Where's Cassian, droid?
Marva.
Pull his power supply.
No.
Don't let them scare you, B. They can't do that. They're in
Shut her up.
B, are you back yet? Please tell me these things are working, B. I want you to tell Marva that I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you that. She gets
East, northeast. Got it.
Tell him we're on our way.
You two, come with me.
Is that guy growing some balls?
Back home. Nothing to see here. Business as usual. Serving of warrants. Corporate authority. Back off.
A hoodie in the
That's
Star
like
Wars
a
universe?
hoodie?
How much?
40,000.
Whoa.
40,000.
Or email resident.
I need to think. Just let me.
Is that what this is about?
Someone ratted him out.
What? What do you mean?
I need to go find him.
No, Bix, don't.
Don't what? How do you know what we're talking about? Did I ever tell you that Cassian was born in Canary? I remember. How could you?
What is going on?
I can't believe you do that.
Look, you got the money, I got the box. What else is there to talk about?
I'll give you another 1,000 credits to tell me how you got it.
Another 1,000. You just walk in like you belong. They're so fat and satisfied. They can't imagine it.
Down with it. Isn't that where they hung your father?
Who are you?
I said I know you. I know all about you. I came looking for something more, and I think I found it. I'd like you to come with me.
How do you know about me?
I was hoping for a more relaxed conversation, but you're right, we don't have time. I know you killed 2 corpos at Molana 1. I know they're coming for you.
Who are you?
That's the wrong question.
Why would I go anywhere with you?
Don't you want to fight these bastards for real?
Public alarm.
Good looking out.
They seal in his windows. There's gonna be a fight. Shit's about to go down. He looks intimidated.
Are you carrying a comm link?
Why?
Give it to me now.
When?
Rule number 2, build your exit on your way in. Race.
Nice. Yeesh.
This is a hazardous environment.
Oh!
We've got 2 men down.
East team, repeat last.
This guy's so nervous. Well, 40,000 credits.
Yep.
Screw the box.
Wait! The box! The box is just sitting back there.
I thought you were smart.
What if it's just one guy left?
That wouldn't come here with only 4 men.
Lucky they missed.
Stop!
North team, sit rep. Her deadness! North team, sit rep. What's going on up there? I need eyes in the air now.
That was pretty stupid on his part.
Oh, he had it coming.
Give me the rifle.
Why?
They're going back to the pod.
What do you mean they?
There's 2 of them. 2 humans, heavily armed, heading your way.
Pick them off when they come through. Rifle! Let's go!
It's when it stops. That's when you really want to start to fret.
What happens then?
What you wait and find out. This is just like
Go, go, go.
any minute now.
How many are you?
I don't know.
Kill him.
How many?
I'll kill him.
12. 14.
Tether. Idiot.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
Good grief.
Dude.
Oops.
Was that them?
I don't know. I can't tell from here.
Shit. We're under siege. They're everywhere. That's them! They're getting away!
It was a decoy.
Duh.
No.
There goes
Yeah. They sure are showing a lot of this guy being unsure of himself.
Well-intentioned, but she just took him away from his people, his sister, his home, without giving him a chance to say what he wanted.
He couldn't. She
They
didn't. Understand
couldn't
his-
communicate,
yeah.
but still. That is, again, a very real story about colonization.
Come on, we need to get out of here.
Oh, that's
Cool.
beautiful.
Is that like the equivalent of like rice patties or like
Cranberry bogs.
yeah, cranberry bogs,
Yeah.
krill ponds? They say
Yeah.
from Mandalorian, that kind of.
Son, we need to get out of here!
You were mentioning previously how it's like an origin story within an origin story.
Yeah.
And that you get the
exposition
these
of...
first 3
yeah.
episodes were the origin of this Cassian situation, but then like Cassian had his own, okay, how did he get to here?
Right.
So yeah, it is. It's like a double origin going through his life, basically.
Yeah.
And you're right, there is that like a more commentary on the like taking well-intentioned. She didn't want him to be left alone, but she couldn't speak his language, didn't know that he had a little sister.
It's not
that
necessarily
she's
in his
taking
best
him
interest.
away.
She assumes that what she's doing is in his best interests, but that's not necessarily in his
Which goes
best
right down
interest.
to the like, oh, you guys can use this technology, it'll better, but really it's like, no, they're happy.
Yeah, maybe they were happy the way they
Yeah.
were. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Yet another commentary. Similar attitude to the previous episode where it's like slow rolling start. Basically, these first 3 episodes are like one giant first episode.
Yeah, one big
effectively.
setup for the rest of the show.
Yeah, and they were half an hour, 35 minutes around there. So you're really talking about like we just watched a movie. that was essentially
Yeah.
an hour and a half of material.
Yeah.
And it was just like the setup. So now we have like a base, we have a starting point to really kind of go from
Action
now.
did really pick up this episode, though. We had some good fight sequences and some, blasters going and all kinds of stuff. So
I'm a little, I don't want to say surprised, but I'm noticing how much like I said, they're including this Imperial officer guy quite a bit.
Right, the deputy inspector.
And not necessarily like they're trying to like make us sympathize with him, or not so much sympathy, so much as just like they're giving him the opportunity to like be an important character.
They're giving him a
are concerned
potent
about
motivation to want to get back at Cassian. You know?
Yeah. They're making.
I don't
him...
know if he's going to stick around for the rest of the show or not, but they're setting up like an enemy who has reason after reason to hate him,
and now he feels embarrassed and humiliated,
which is even more reason to want to go after him and to want to get him.
Yeah, and which is dangerous, particularly because it shows there was a moment where I was like, oh, is he like growing some balls, like where he like started to like yell at his men or whatever, and he like said something like, and it was like, oh, is this guy gonna not be the pussy that he appears to be? So that could definitely be his evolution.
He had this sort of
building upon humiliation after humiliation.
He had something
eventually.
to prove in his sort of corporate role, but now it's personal.
Yeah.
And so now he's really going to want to go after him.
Yeah, but then also keep in mind, like in the first episode or whatever it was, like his superior like gave him an order and he's not following it.
Yeah.
He's doing his own thing. And then you could even notice that this like the larger gentleman who was his like colonel or whatever was doing most of the like ordering the guys around and having that like masculine frame or whatever. So the guy that was in charge was like,
there's a bit of a similar dynamic
himself.
to what we saw with was it Riva in
sure,
in
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
In Kenobi, who was being given orders to do one thing and kept persisting
by the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, by the Grand Inquisitor, and then kept doing the opposite and was like doggedly going after Obi-Wan no matter what she was told.
Yeah.
And really had a chip on her shoulder and something to prove, and it very much was personal.
Yeah.
So there's sort of an almost a similar dynamic being set up with this guy who's just, now he's like a dog with a bone. He's not going to let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's interesting seeing Harry Potter's mom as like it's just interesting in Star Wars.
She's also like an amazing, like classically trained actress who's in everything. But
yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think that there's a lot that can happen, and like I said, they've kind of created now this base to work from. That's a solid start. In like I said in the previous reaction, like it's not like there's any thing to be super excited about. It's more just sort of interesting, and I'm interested to see what happens next.
I actually am super excited. I love some of these story elements that they've set up. That I find very intriguing in themselves, but also as we haven't really seen like a corporate environment per se in Star Wars before, and that's
good call.
A different dynamic. And these episodes flew by for me,
like
despite
I said,
being longer.
That was an hour and a half of Empire era Star Wars, and we didn't see a single stormtrooper.
Yeah, really interesting.
Cool.
Yeah,
we saw they get these blue and orange. They're, I don't want to call them rent-a-cops, but they're not soldiers.
Yeah, they're corporate security.
Exactly. They're like, yeah, exactly. In that like mall cop kind of
cops of the Star Wars universe.
Yeah. Where it's like, but at the same time though, when they were in that room with all the dangerous falling stuff, when they left the box
in the factory,
there, those guys were like hiding behind beams and being. They were showing like competence at
some sort of combat skills.
Exactly, which is not stormtroopers cannot say so much. They're more just sort of disposable
pawns.
Yeah, and these guys have a little bit more of, like you said, they're corporate. They have a little bit more of like they're part of the company. Like, yeah. Which is, like you said, that is a little bit new, a new perspective on the Empire. Thinking of it as that like company.
Yeah.
As opposed to like that overarching empire, literally.
Right.
But yeah,
I'm really enjoying this. I think the dynamics are super interesting, and
and they played with the timeline quite freely there, where they were able to kind of just like flashback real time, and they kind of.
But it was very clear what they were doing.
Yeah. There was one moment, I don't remember what was it, where I said, look, that was a little. Oh yeah, where they were kind of showing the blow dart thing or whatever it was, and then it was because then Stellan Skarsgård's character, does he have a name? A lot of nameless characters so far that are just sort of like deputy inspector, nameless.
The buyer.
But his katana that I was like, that's like a lightsaber.
That was a
because it
really
retracted.
cool weapon. Yeah.
Cool weapon, but it looked just like the blow dart gun. It had like, it was long.
Yeah,
it had
it was-
like a handle on it.
I can see why it would be confusing going in, but the
That's why
minute
I
we
was-
saw the minute we saw the kid holding it, I was like, oh, that's the thing that she was looking at in his bedroom. But yeah, I thought that was just really well put together, and I was not confused about the timeline personally.
Yeah, and actually, this may be, as far as I know, because usually in Star Wars, even when there's like a primitive culture, it still is the like,
I
well,
wouldn't say
intergalactic
primitive.
species
I
have
balk
been
at
through
that
here
word. I
before.
would say maybe pre-industrial. or
Sure, I would
something
say
like
though,
that.
but always like in Mandalorian season 1, for instance, if you remember when he goes to that village with Cara Dune,
Yep.
and the Krill Pond, which I mentioned again,
Yeah.
they're living like a I don't know, you just said, but primitive lifestyle or whatever. But there are droids.
Right, a pre-industrial.
There are
lifestyle.
blasters.
Yeah.
They're not unaware of the galaxy at large. This was our first look into, like I said, it's like an uncontacted Amazonian tribe seeing an airplane fly over.
Right.
Same exact thing, and they're shooting their bows and arrows at the airplane like it's a flying beast or something.
Right.
So this is
right.
our first time, as far as I can remember in Star Wars, of seeing humans that are unaware of the technology and the interstellar technology of the galaxy as a whole.
Well, and isn't it amazing that comes the reason that that's the case is because of this mining disaster, which apparently poisoned the planet and left everything despoiled. So it's sort of as a result of technology that they're living this very sheltered, unaware existence.
Yes, and it also, like, the one other reason for this flashback is not just to show the origin of the origin, but also to show a very distinct, this is why Cassian hates the Empire.
Yeah, again, he has powerful motivation to want to get back at the Empire for what they've done.
Which is more significant in terms of the, like, well, now we've just been seeing him, like, he's stealing things and going for money and just being a, for himself kind of guy. He's not specifically, like, in the rebellion or against the Empire, but now with Stellan Skarsgård's, he's putting the gun at his face and he's saying, don't you want to fight these bastards for real?
Yeah.
Is what he said to him, where it's like, here's your opportunity to actually get at the Empire.
And it's above and beyond just the personal. He has personal reasons. At this point, clearly he has personal reasons to be in this fight.
Mm-hmm.
He's in it whether he likes it or not now. Yeah. But it's also, I mean, it's literally like for his culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and the Vix Biggs couldn't really
Vix, maybe?
Vix.
Somebody tell us how this is spelled.
Vapo Rub Girl.
Yeah.
Anyway, the pretty lady that her boyfriend is dead now, so that opens up the romance potential for Cassian. They'll probably have a interaction at some point with a sexual tension.
Totally.
Because they killed the boyfriend pretty
tidily.
People pointing guns, you don't usually run at them and go, ah! Yeah, but apparently
not his best move, but whatever, he had it coming.
Yeah. Okay. Hey guys, let us know what you thought about this in the comments below. We're going to put fully unedited reactions on patreon.com/JediJive. Go check it out. We're looking forward to doing more Andor reactions next week, and we have She-Hulk tomorrow, so go check it out, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Peace.